What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to EP09. You know, I've had that intro for like hundreds of videos now. Today was the first day. I was kind of sick of it. I might have to change that up here soon. But anyway, that's a me problem. Currently, it is 6:02 a.m. Welcome back, everyone, for yet another bodybuilding news update here. Very busy week, very productive. Hope you guys are having, the same week. We're going to start today with an update from Rafael Brandao. Now, this video at 2 days out of Rafael competing at the Romania Musclefest Pro. One of the favorites going into the show here. He's sitting at around 260 pounds doing a check-in here with his coach, Neil Hill. And I think that Rafael is looking good here, It looks like conditioning is going to be on point for Rafael. It looks like he's got a good amount of fullness at this point as well, considering he's 2 days out of the show. He is carbing up, and he is carbed up in this video. We're still seeing the striations through the shoulders, through the chest, so it looks like he is right on track to come in and do very well at this show. His biggest competition being Akim Williams. Now, where is it that Rafael can defeat Akim Williams at the Romania Musclefest? He will not outsize Akim Williams. There's no question there. Akim is going to be bigger, but Rafael does have arguably better shape. I mean, most circles would agree that Rafael Brandao does have better shape than Akim Williams. So that is the card that I think Rafael has to play here. He has to come in ultra conditioned, super shredded, because we have been seeing Akim come in very well conditioned. Some of the other athletes that we know will be in Romania, Emir Omeragic. I do have an update on Emir, which I'll show for you guys here in just a minute. Super shredded right now, let me tell you. Rafael going up against Horse MD, his fellow countryman. I don't think he'll have any issue with Horse MD. Horse MD also very well renowned for his overall shape. His conditioning, we have seen him hit it, although we have seen him come in a little bit less than perfect when it comes to conditioning. I think it's going to come down to improvements from Horse MD. Is he really improved from a size standpoint? Because we know that Rafael Brandao most definitely is, compared to when we saw him on stage previous to the 2024 Olympia. So, do I think this is his show to lose? No, I do not. Do I think that Akim Williams can defeat Rafael Brandao? Yes, I do. Rafael's best chance of success is to come in super shredded, play up that shape, and show the judges why he deserves to go back to the 2025 Mr. Olympia. You guys let me know what you think about Rafael's current shape.
Auch wenn sich die meisten das gerne wünschen würden. Und auch an die ganzen Reactor im Internet, die gerne Kommentare machen, ja, Emir wieder ein Wettkampf, er ist das ganze Jahr über in Vorbereitung und schafft er das und kann er seine Beine verbessern und dies und das. Lasst euer dummes Gelaber sein, ihr sitzt vorm PC hinter eurem Tresen da und habt nur ein großes Mundwerk. Was erwartet ihr, dass ich innerhalb von einem Jahr Olympiasieger werde?
Strong words here from Emir Omeragic at 1 week out of the Romania Musclefest Pro. Now, Emir does not show many physique updates. Anybody that follows Emir knows that they are few and far between. But at this 1 week out video that he dropped on his YouTube channel, we do get a very good idea of how Emir is currently shaping up when it comes to standing on that Romania stage. Now, keep in mind, at 1 week out here, we can assume that he's still pretty flat, definitely not carved up at this point. But for what we're seeing here, conditioning, again, not going to be a factor for Emir Omeragic. The conditioning looks absolutely on point here, you guys. The shoulder striations, you can see the detail in the back. You see the side leg here with the cuts, man. This guy never has any issue when it comes to conditioning. And Emir does have ambition to step on that Olympia stage. This could be the year that we finally see him do it. And it's funny when I say finally, because this guy is still a very young bodybuilder. He might be 25 at this point, 26 at the absolute most right now. To have this kind of physique at that age, I mean, this guy is an Olympian in the making, in my opinion, no question. Guys, just look at the conditioning factor here. I know I already mentioned it. I need to mention it again. It is absolutely Olympia worthy. The question is, has Emir Omeragic put on the necessary size in order to finally make it to the Olympia? Because that's always been the one thing that Emir has needed more of in order to really break into that upper echelon to make it to that Olympia stage. From here, from what I can see, I think that the arms have come up in size. I think that he looks, this front double bicep definitely looks improved from a size standpoint. I'd say the lat width from the front looks better. Could have a bit more size through the chest still, I think. Shoulders, not bad, but maybe a little bit more size there, although we are seeing a good balance compared to the updates that he's made in his arms. Now, the legs were definitely a point that Emir needed to bring up. From here, from what I can see, I think that they may have come up in size a bit, but he may need a bit more, like I said, to really break into that next level. And I do think that he's right on the edge of making it to that next level here. And again, this is Emir at a week out. So we'll see what the carb up process really looks like when it comes to Emir. Do I think that he can make top 3 at this show at minimum? I absolutely do. Christian Wolski, another guy that's going to be knocking on that door. You know, Horse MD, we're going to see him right in there as well. But this does look to be an improved version of Emir Omeragic. So we will see where he may land on that Romania stage. You guys let me know what you think of this update of Emir Omeragic. And let me know if you think this is the year that Emir Omeragic makes it to the Olympia stage.
How I'm feeling is I think by that time in like 3 or 4 days I'm going to need a food increase. I think secret. Anyways, but whoever it is, I'm very excited, and I'm just like, I believe and trust in this guy so much. He has an amazing track record. He's been just killing it with his clients. He has not, as far as I can see, hasn't missed with anybody. He had, let's just say this, over 10 Olympians competing at the Olympia. So if you can take a guess from there, it's a pretty good clue.
So this is actually one that I've been following for a couple of weeks now. I've had some suspicions that Regan Grimes was no longer working with Milos Sarcev, and it would appear that my suspicions were absolutely correct. We've got an update here from Regan Grimes, currently into his offseason here, sitting around 300 pounds. Regan says this is the best offseason that he's ever had, the best that he's ever looked at 300 pounds. Now, let me just back up for a second. There's a couple of questions that go along with this before we start discussing who this coach is. And I'm sure most of you guys out there probably have a pretty good idea of who it could be by now. So my suspicions with all of this really started when it came to the fact that I did not really see Milos post any physique updates of Regan Grimes. I didn't see Regan tagging Milos in any of his Instagram posts. And so I started asking some questions. I actually commented on some of Regan's YouTube videos and Instagram posts. And of course, I didn't hear anything back. I didn't expect to, but it did fuel my suspicions. And it appears that, well, I was correct. I don't know how long they have not been working for. I do know that Regan is actually back in Canada at this point with his wife and new baby, so they're looking at actually setting up shop here in Canada for a bit. Regan still does have a place down in Vegas, but they are looking at purchasing a home here. Regan purchased a truck recently here in Canada. It looks like Canada's going to get Regan Grimes back, so you know what? Canada further on the map, you guys, so I'm excited for that one. But anyway, as for who Regan currently has for a coach, based on all of those hints that he dropped there, you know, having 10 Olympians competing at the Olympia this year and never missing with his clients, you guys, obviously, this is Stefan Kinsel, boss of Outlaw. So Regan Grimes working with boss of Outlaw, taking his physique to new heights here. Now, again, I don't know how long Regan may have been working with boss of Outlaw at this point. Is he responsible for what we're seeing here now, Regan being at what he is calling his best 300 pounds to date? Well, I really don't know. What I do know is Regan is still planning on continuing to put on size here for the next foreseeable future. He is planning on picking some later season shows, and we will see Regan Grimes on stage again in 2025, where he will attempt to make his way back to the Olympia stage. Is this the best version of Regan Grimes that we have ever seen currently at 300 pounds? You know, that's a really good question. And I actually think it is. It looks like the legs have come up in size from the front. The arms look bigger. You know, that midsection's still relatively tight. You guys, we could very well see Regan Grimes at his best in 2025. I have seen some talk online with some people saying Regan still needs to put on more size to really break into that top 6 at the Olympia. And that is the standard that I think most people hold Regan Grimes to. He does have a physique worthy of the top 6 at the Olympia. However, we still need to see that conditioning factor. Krishan at Go Fitness, shout out to Krishan, actually posted there today that Regan still, in his opinion, needs to put on more size. I don't necessarily agree with that in particular. He may still need more size. I think it's really going to come down to, can he come in and nail that conditioning on stage? That's the Achilles heel for Regan Grimes. But with this switch of his diet and now switching over to working with Boss of Outlaw, I'd still be very interested to know exactly what happened between him and Milos. But either way, this could be a very good change-up for Regan Grimes. Boss of Outlaw is one of the best coaches out there on the market right now. You guys let me know what you think about this change-up in coaches for Regan Grimes. Do you think that Regan not working with Milos anymore and switching over to Boss of Outlaw will serve him well for the 2025 season? Do you think that we'll see Regan Grimes make it back to that Olympia stage? And based on what we're seeing here, do you think that Regan Grimes is a future top 6 Olympian? So look, I'm going to end the video right here for you guys. Like I said, I did finish up that interview with Charles Griffin. That's going to be dropping on my YouTube channel here within the next day or two. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe to EP09 Bodybuilding. We'll catch you in the next one.